My name is Andrew Hennessey of Stargate Edinburgh Tours, and our tour today is going to take a look in the Borthwick area. The Borthwick Castle, of which you can see here, is a 15th century twin-towered keep. Arguably the tallest castle in Scotland, and Oliver Cromwell, when he came up to sort out the Scots, blasted it into a state of disrepair, similar to just up the valley from Borthwick Castle is Crichton Castle. Crichton Castle is a state of great disrepair. Cromwell's cannon pounded that as well. That one wasn't restored, but the valley that links Borthwick Castle with Crichton Castle is called Curry Wood. That's owned by the Scottish Woodland Trust, and it's left in a state of natural disrepair or natural wildness, which is interesting because campers in that valley are complaining of being harassed by werewolves at night, and I've got pictures of aliens hiding in the some sort of stealth camouflage tents in that area as well. And there's other stories of in the full moon you'll see bikers going there and having strange parties in that wood as well. Very interesting place, that, known for its hauntings. And when Crichton Castle's got the Blue Lady, and Borthwick's got several ghosts about it as well. It was restored in 1890, Borthwick Castle, and during World War II it was used as a secret store for the National Records of Scotland, and became a hotel in 1973, but there you go. But Borthwick and the village of Borthwick is very much associated with my family, and the history of my family there goes back a long way. You know, the Hennesseys of Gorebridge, coal mining family, originally from Ireland. The Hennesseys of, I think it was County Clare, and I think when they came over to Scotland, they added an E to their name, Hennessey, Hennessey, as opposed to the. I mean, Hennessey means son of Angus, anyway. So, but they came over to Scotland and worked in the coal mines here, around here in Midlothian, Gorebridge in particular. And the whole area itself is a scene of paranormal activity, window activity, not very far from Borthwick at Middleton. In 2008, on St Andrew's Day, you had the historic paragliders landing on a specially constructed hovering platform between two UFOs. That was at Middleton. That's not very far from this castle. Between Borthwick Castle and Gorebridge, there are a few farms, and from these farms, quite regularly, there have been cattle abductions, cattle mutilations, or just cattle just disappearing, basically. And it's interesting to note that some of the farms have got CCTV up. I don't know how their loss of cattle goes down well with the insurance brokers or whatever, but there does seem to be ongoing farming there. And one of the results of the cattle mutilations or abductions or whatever is you get to hear of the valley around there being strewn with big large bones. And some of the locals that have seen this are calling the place Dinosaur Valley, presumably after the big cattle bones lying about. But that's the connecting wood between Borthwick Castle and Crichton Castle is called Curry Wood. And locals are saying, oh, that's Dinosaur Valley, Lord, let's not go up there. And it's interesting that the werewolf stories, the shape changers, the skinwalkers, or whatever you want to call them, that seem to frequent that area, they're quite far away to the south and the west is Roslin. Not that far away really, but it's around Roslin in the North Esk Valley has got its own share of black dog and werewolf stories. And interestingly, in the area of Borthwick Castle, there are underground chambers lined with stone, built by some crude set of hands. You know, it wasn't exactly made by the local housing manufacturer, the underground stuff around there. Old basic stones, the sort of thing you see in a horror movie, and these underground vaults were full of bones, as if something had dragged some meat in there and was gnawing on the bones and would disappear on a full moon, etc., etc. So there is evidence of that. I think in the transactions of the Royal Society of Antiquaries, you'll find stories of these underground cairns. There's also one near Dalkeith, which is nearer Edinburgh, actually, above, again connected with the local river-esque. Maybe the creatures or whatever they were would go migrating up the river valleys, catching prey as they would, you know, drink the water at night or what. I don't know, but it would just sort of link it in to the other story of the night watchman near Roslin at Polton Mill, who vanished one night after leaping off the roof and looking rather hairy and scaring off some painters decorators. There is a werewolf connection with that area, there definitely is. But you won't hear much of that in the local folklore. I'd imagine people would be way too scared to talk about stuff like that. But the Hennesseys, though, the Hennessey family in that area have been getting married, hatched, matched, taxed and dispatched in the Gorbridge area for many, many centuries. Came over with the Irish migrations, worked in the coal mines, went and took the King's Shilling, went and fought in World War I, and the memorials show that the Hennesseys were contributing their blood, sweat and tears to the cause of the United Kingdom, etc., etc. in those days. A place of great history and mystery, that area. There is an atmosphere to the place, I know that there is. The church contains christening records, birth, death and marriage records for Hennesseys going back quite centuries in the parish records. So that's I wouldn't say that's the ancient home of the Hennesseys. The ancient home of the Hennesseys. Hennessey means son of Angus. Angus Og was one of these Celtic gods or deities or whatever, and son of Angus is Hennessey or Hennessey, and gosh, descents, lineal descents. The whole place is full of stories of people being descended from all sorts of things at Gorbridge, and hopefully our souls head on to better things and better places on the high road to some better heaven than this earth could be.